Do you want more success, more growth, more results? Then it's time for the Boundless Success Accelerator from the Modern Observer Group. This isn't your average coaching program. It's where top performers come to dominate. Weekly group sessions, on-demand coaching, a community that's got your back, and a power-packed library of tools to supercharge your business and career. No more excuses, no more waiting. Get in, level up, and start building the life you've been dreaming about. Visit us at modernobserver.com/boundlesssuccess to join today. Let's get you to the next level. We're here because the news is being distorted. We're here because people are being inundated with misinformation on social media. We're here because people are being judged guilty until proven innocent. We are fighting back with facts. This is not a safe zone, so buckle up, Buttercup. This is the raw, naked truth. The Los Angeles death toll rises, Trump being sentenced, the jobs report comes out, and more. Welcome to the Raw Naked Truth. I'm your host, Eric Lopkin, and here's the news you need to know. The confirmed death toll from 3 days of raging wildfires rose to 10 people late Thursday as firefighters struggled to contain blazes that have destroyed swaths of America's most populated county. At least 5 infernos were burning simultaneously around Los Angeles, engulfing entire neighborhoods, destroying more than 10,000 structures, and upending daily life in a historic disaster. The new death count reported by the county medical examiner's office was a grim confirmation of predictions made by officials earlier in the day. The obvious question is, do you think it's going to grow? Los Angeles County Sheriff Robert Luna said at a media briefing on Thursday evening when 5 people were confirmed killed by the fires. I am praying it doesn't, but based on the devastation, it looks like an atomic bomb dropped in these areas. I'm not expecting good news, he said. The Los Angeles Department of Water and Power, one of the utilities delivering electricity to the fire-ravaged areas, has not developed a plan to proactively shut off parts of its system during windstorms to reduce the risk of sparks from its power lines. It's a safety protocol that every other big California power provider has. A spokeswoman for LADWP said it has other safety measures in place. The causes of the LA wildfires are under investigation. Donald Trump is set to be sentenced Friday for covering up hush money paid to a porn star, forcing him to revisit his felony conviction just days before he returns to the White House. The unprecedented court hearing is largely a formality. The presiding judge, Juan Merchan, has indicated that he doesn't intend to order a prison term and rather will sentence the president-elect to an unconditional discharge, which carries no punishment at all. The proceeding is expected to last under an hour, with Trump appearing virtually on a video feed. Prosecutors from the Manhattan District Attorney's Office and lawyers for Trump will likely speak during the proceeding. Defendants are typically given a chance to speak in court before a sentence is handed down. Merchan will also likely address Trump and speak about his crimes. Jimmy Carter was laid to rest. All 5 living U.S. presidents, Biden, Trump, Obama, Bush, and Clinton, were in attendance yesterday as Carter was remembered at the Washington National Cathedral before his coffin was flown to his hometown of Plains, Georgia, for a final private service and burial. Carter, who was president from 1977 to 1981, was celebrated for his humanitarian work and commitment to peace. Today, many think he was from a bygone era, Biden said during a eulogy, but in reality, he saw well into the future. Social media was abuzz after Presidents Obama and Trump were seen chatting for several minutes before the ceremony. A new study is sounding the alarm on female-identifying biologically male felons being incarcerated at female-only prisons, saying those inmates pose physical and psychological risks to biological women. The report from Independent Women, a nonprofit released Thursday and shared exclusively with Fox News Digital, says male inmates identifying as women are disproportionately likely to have committed sexual offenses, and incarcerated women face heightened risks of harassment and assault under these policies. Placing trans-identifying males, especially those with fully intact male genitalia or a history of violent sex crimes in close quarters with female inmates, risks a serious deprivation of the female's rights, the report states. These risks and the consequences that have already manifested for women subjected to mixed-sex prison environments are known, but are being deliberately ignored in deference to laws and policies that marginalize incarcerated women and silence concerns about their safety. Amy Ichikawa spent 5 years in a California state prison after she was convicted of making terroristic threats with a gun. After her release, she began advocating for female inmates concerned about being housed with biological males. Venezuelan opposition leader Maria Corina Machado was briefly detained on Thursday by the regime of President Nicolas Maduro after she emerged from months in hiding to rally the opposition against his planned inauguration to a third six-year term. Machado was detained after appearing at a demonstration in East Caracas where Venezuelans had heeded her call to protest Maduro's inauguration this Friday, according to her opposition party, foreign governments, and human rights organizations. Maduro is clinging to power despite evidence that he lost an election in July, marred by fraud allegations. Regime forces fired on the motorcycles that were transporting her. Machado's party said on X. It confirmed that she was released in a post on X an hour and a half later. Two people close to Machado said she had been mounted onto a motorcycle and taken away by government security agents after her motorcade was intercepted. The Maduro regime's re-election is generally not accepted by foreign governments and is known to have been fraudulent. Job growth in the U.S. was much stronger than expected in December, possibly providing the Federal Reserve less incentive to cut interest rates this year. Non-farm payroll surged by 256,000 for the month, up from 212,000 in November, and well above the 155,000 forecast from the Dow Jones Consensus, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. The unemployment rate edged down to 4.1%, 1/10 of a point below expectations. Alec Baldwin believes that being held responsible for the shooting death of the cinematographer on the set of the movie he produced while he held the gun that killed her is a violation of his civil rights. Baldwin has sued Santa Fe officials for malicious prosecution and civil rights violations for pursuing criminal charges against him in the accidental shooting death of a cinematographer on the set of Rust. Baldwin, in a lawsuit filed on Thursday in federal court in New Mexico, alleges prosecutors intentionally concealed evidence that would vindicate him and sought to charge him for political gain. He accuses the Santa Fe district attorney and special prosecutor of manipulating evidence and eliciting false testimony. They sought at every turn to scapegoat him while conspiring to maliciously bring about or advance Baldwin's trial and conviction, the lawsuit says. That's the Raw Naked Truth. You can catch every episode of the Raw Naked Truth at xvadio.com, the Apple Podcasts app, YouTube, Rumble, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Audible, Amazon Music, and other platforms that respect freedom of speech. We'll see you next time.